Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. And if you are listening to this on whatever platform you are on, please do subscribe. And if you are on YouTube, go ahead and hit that like button while you're at it. It's like walking into the room and hitting that light switch. We just want to go ahead and brighten up the place. And let's get into this podversation, guys. I've been waiting to talk about this, but I'm really going to keep this really quick, because I'm quite sure I will be talking about this again because there is more to come. All right, so Latocha Scott, one of the members of the group xscape, currently they have the reality show on Bravo TV, SWV and xscape, Queens of R&B. And you've seen a lot of things trending when it comes to Latocha Scott and her sister Tamika, and also her husband Rocky. Well, it has come out, and it came out before, where this chick was saying that she was pregnant by Rocky, okay? And Tasha K, she came out months ago and debunked that story and said that it wasn't real. She was a clout chaser. She pulled somebody's sonogram or ultrasound picture from the internet and tried to use it as her own and all this other stuff. And then after that happened, the chick who goes by the name Unique, which is spelled in a very unique way, might I add, came out and said that she actually got hacked and that this isn't true and she would never do something like this to, another family and yada, yada, yada. Well, now she's coming out and she's claiming that she lied about that. It was real and she wants to tell her story. And here's what I'm going to play this little clip because Tasha K's interviewed her and she just put a little clip on her YouTube to promote this upcoming interview. But this chick, she did a video recently because she was pissed off that Latocha, when asked a question now, when she was on a radio show doing an interview about whether her husband had an outside child, and she said, no, there are no other children, blah, blah, blah. This chick got mad that Latocha spoke about it, and she responded to it.
How do you go to a radio station and talk on my baby, my child? See, what I don't tolerate, my kids are off limits. I don't care if that's your husband. He wasn't your husband when he was out here sleeping around. How do you go to a radio station and talk on my baby, my child? See, what I don't tolerate, my kids are off limits. I don't care if that's your husband. He wasn't your husband when he was out here sleeping around.
All right, so you heard that. You heard what she had to say. That's just a little brief clip of a video that she did from her car when she was responding to Latocha Scott, because again, Latocha Scott was on a radio station being interviewed about a number of things. They didn't just bring her on there to say, hey, you want to talk to us about Unique, whatever her name is, who's your husband's alleged mistress and this baby situation. Like, that's not what it was. So for her to say that what gives you the right, or who gives you the right to go and speak on my child, on my baby, that is so disingenuous when people do stuff like that. Because one, I'm sure Latocha Scott really could care less about a alleged baby or if a baby actually came or whatever, because that's not something that's going to benefit her. It's mainly going to hurt her if it is real. So she didn't go in there to talk about that. She really was just trying to shut it down and just, be like, look, there's no baby. Like, to her knowledge, there isn't, I guess is what she's saying. I don't know if she knew about a situation going on and she just didn't want to talk about it. Like, similar to like Wendy Williams and her ex-husband, when she claimed that all was well and it really wasn't. And we learned that later. But with this chick, okay, what I wanted to talk about in this conversation is the fact that now she's coming out. She wants to put everything out there. She's giving Tasha K receipts and all of this stuff. But for her to say, this is the problem. I don't care about you being married and if that's your husband, I don't care. See, that's the problem. She doesn't care. And that's how she wound up being in this place that she is in now, because now she wants to spill all of this information about Rocky, who she claims that she was in a relationship with. And now we're supposed to feel sorry for her? I don't know.
Hey, you've been online since November, dragging the fuck out of Latocha Scott's husband, Rocky Bivens.
I didn't want to hurt him or destroy him.
Yeah, you're online with the ultrasound saying I had an affair with this man. So I looked at it and I was like, fake news.
And I was just like, you know, you was every bitch, every hoe, everything you could think of in my head. That's what you. And I'm like, I'm about to run up on this. That's just what it is. Because I'm like, she don't know me, and it was pissing me off because
security
ain't nothing fake about me. Like, I'm not.
You showed up today to shut me down. So let's go back to 5 years, because this is a long time. Now you say you've been sleeping, according to you, with Latocha Scott's husband for 5 years. Now has this been an on and off 5 years?
Consistent. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, people think this. They calling it I'm a side chick, but I'm like, no, this ain't no typical side chick. I don't care what y'all call it. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how you look at it, what you call it. I was in a relationship, full-blown relationship. You know,
so he spent the night at your house.
He always just complimented me. You know, told me I was the best thing ever happened to him. He told me I reminded him of his mama. You know, he cried. He cried in front of me. No man not gonna just cry.
What did he cry about? When you went on trips, you were public together.
Well, yeah, we've been out. People seen us out together. I mean, he tongued me down in the middle of a Vegas club in front of everybody. He was my man. He talked about a lot of things he wanted to do for me. I felt that he was genuine, but I felt like the money wasn't his money. I kind of was patient with him.
You didn't feel guilty for messing around with him?
To be honest,
being married?
No.
So the day that you decided to upload, which was the day after the Soul Train Awards, that whole outfit thing that went on between xscape and Latocha was, you know, being dragged and xscape was being dragged, was a whole mess, okay? Mm-hmm. What pissed you off that day with him?
I have been doing sacrificing everything for this man, being patient with this man, putting my feelings to the side. So he told me something about my feelings being f***ed up. So his ass went ahead and deleted all his fucking text messages. And he was like, pull out your phone. I can trust you. He was like, do it. And I'm like, I'm going to do it. You know, just telling him that I'm going to do it. He was like, do it right now. I'm like, no, I'm going to do it later. So I never deleted none of my shit because I caught on to what you was doing.
You mind if I take a screen record of this?
Oh, yeah, you can do that. And so he was just he tried to show me that his page was hacked, that he tried to get Instagram to give him a new, you know, he had to change his password or some shit. That's where they come from. I'm talking about almost 5 years of text messages.
I did, listen. I'm about to get on my... Whoa, I am still scrolling. Rocky.
Oh, you gonna
pregnancy test.
Wait.
All right, so you heard that, and that's pretty much, you know, some clips of the upcoming interview that Tasha K did with this chick. Unyque is what her name is. She claims that he was her man and that they were in a full-blown relationship. She was not just a side chick. She didn't care what nobody thinks. But see, that's the problem. The reason why she's in the situation that she's in right now is because she didn't care what no one thinks, what anyone thinks. And so she continued to be in what she called relationship with a man that, like she likes to say, I don't care what nobody thinks. I don't care what she says. She knew that this man was married. Because to go from, you know, this is like almost another situation with the chick Ariane, who was with Martell and came onto Tasha K's platform to drag Melody for Martell, because no one can convince me that she was just doing that on her own. He put her up to that. I said that before, and I will continue to say that because that's what I believe. She knew that this man was married, and she continued to be in a relationship with him. And not only that, we know that relationship, she is the breadwinner. I don't know what else he does for a living. I'm not saying he doesn't make anything at all, but to be so entitled and be so arrogant to think that it is okay for you to be in a relationship where you are utilizing someone else's money. Like, what is going on in the world today? God, there has to be some sort of correction that is coming to the planet Earth, because when I look at the statistics and I look at the optics of everything, it just looks utterly downright deplorable. And there has to be an up from here, because we can't continue to go on this way. For people like this chick, she's like Sharina Hudson, who was with, I don't know if she's with him anymore, Wendy Williams' ex-husband. She was living off of Wendy Williams. This chick was benefiting off of Latocha Scott being in xscape and doing the other things that she was doing since the breakup of xscape. I just don't get it, how you really felt like he was going to leave that to be with you. I'm not here to say that he wasn't wrong in the situation, because he absolutely is, but that actually goes without saying. I'm speaking about this right now because she has the audacity to believe that her coming out and speaking about this is going to benefit her in terms of how the people will view her. Because she's very entitled to think that she's going to be looked at favorably. Honestly, the only people who are going to look at her favorably are females that do the same types of stuff that she does. But you don't have to be a wife to be a woman of integrity to see and hear and understand that what she did was wrong. And yeah, she said she retracted the things at first because he put her up to it, but you knew he wasn't going to change. And you actually were okay with that because you knew to some degree, to the highest degree possibly, if not probably, that you were benefiting in terms of your lifestyle off of the money that he was jointly benefiting from his wife in the marriage that he was in. So why would he ever leave that to just be with you and do what? And do what? So it would really be up to Latocha to pull the trigger on that situation. I don't know. We'll see what comes of this, but I plan on watching the interview and I'm probably going to come back and talk about it. But I just really wanted to talk about the entitlement. When she came at Latocha Scott for, quote unquote, speaking on her child and going on the radio and speaking about her child, this woman, as much as people may not like Latocha and they want Latocha to give her sister her money, her $30,000, this woman did not go on the radio just to speak about this chick and this alleged child. She was asked about it and she briefly answered it to move on because she didn't want to talk about it. So in the video that she did, which I didn't play the entirety of it, I just played a little brief clip of it, but I listened to it and she was just really ridiculous because she was saying, you know, if you want to talk to somebody, talk to me. You could bring me on the platform and speak to me about it. So her getting the opportunity to speak to Tasha K, that's what she's been wanting. She's been craving that attention. She's been craving to get the views of people. These days, people see, you know, publicity, whether it's bad or good, as good. So she doesn't care what people think about her. She already said that. She doesn't care what people think about her. She doesn't care if people, you know, say something about her being with this man because that was her man and they were in a relationship. You cannot claim somebody who is married and still with their wife, even if he is a low down dirty dog, to be your man. Period. So the entitlement is unreal, but it is very prevalent in the days and times that we are living in, what people call right wrong and they call wrong right. She believes that she is in the right and there's nothing that anyone can say to her that will convince her any differently. So I just feel that it is really ridiculous, but I'm going to listen to what she has to say and I'll get back here and talk about it after the fact. But I just had to speak on this and just speak about the unreal entitlement. It is so ridiculous, guys. So you let me know your thoughts about all of this in the comment section below. Thank you so much for subscribing to the platforms. So until next time, I just wanted to say this is Beth and I'm just being beautifully honest. So I just wanted to keep it brief, keep it beautiful. And now I'm going to say bye.